from Plymouth Township, Al Allen, Fox 2 News.
In this kind of heat, it doesn't take much effort to work up a thirst, but can you drink too much water? Fox 2's Lila Lazarus live in Southfield right now with more. Lila?
I'm in the pool at the Franklin Racquet Club. I can't think of a better place to be in this kind of heat. You know, we've heard it for years. You should always be drinking 8 glasses of water a day. And it's a struggle. Even in this heat, people don't get enough water. But there's another side to this story. Drinking too much water.
Water does your body good. It's crucial. Diluted. Athletes,
they're sweating out salt, they're taking in too much plain water, and they're not taking enough salt in, and then their sodium begins to drop. They feel bad, and then worst case, they develop water intoxication.
people on certain medications, and anyone on a sodium-restricted diet.
Where your sodium is way too low, and you get seizures, and you may actually pass out or die.
Should be drinking 8 glasses of water a day. In this kind of heat, for a regular person on a regular diet, you should up it to about 1 glass of water every hour, more if you're sweating. It's just so important to get enough water, but just remember, you can get too much of a good thing. Reporting live from the pool at the Franklin Racquet Club in Southfield, Lila Lazarus, Fox 2 News.
All right, Lila, thank you. Good advice out there. What?
Lila?
It's so true. For some people, this warm weather is no fun, no joy. There is relief in sight, and they need it. Why? They can't breathe. I'm going to tell you why.
This heat wave can also make some mosquitoes.
We're live in Southfield now with the answer. How about it, Lila?
Well, Sherry, if you don't have breathing problems, being out in the water like this can feel absolutely fabulous. But for people who do have breathing problems, it can feel deadly. You may remember yesterday, Fox 2's Simon Shaquette introduced us to a woman with asthma who thought she was dying because in this heat, she just couldn't catch her breath. It's a very breathing in these extreme temperatures. So at least for the next 4 hours, the best advice, stay inside. Reporting from Franklin Athletic Club in Southfield, Lila Lazarus, Fox 2 News.
Thank you, Dr. Lila. Well, parents are finding a fun way to beat the heat and keep the kids entertained this summer. They're taking the kids to the Giggle.
Guzzling your Deena Centofanti, guzzling your Gatorade may not be the best way to stay hydrated. Instead, I'll tell you how the Detroit Tigers drink their sports drink to stay safe in the heat.
Don't dump that here.
Now our coverage continues with Fox 2's Lila Lazarus live in Southfield. Lila?
Well, Simon, you know in this heat you have to drink a lot of fluids, but what about those sports drinks? Well, before you let you or your kids gulp down another Gatorade, Fox 2's Deena Lila has a trick that the Tigers use to stay safe in this heat, and it's one you can use too.
I'm Deena Centofanti. Before you or the kids gulp down one more sports drink, I've learned a little trick that the Detroit Tigers use to stay safe in the heat. You might want to try it too.
If it's good enough for the professional athletes, then it...
And the doctor tells me even if you are not an athlete or even exercising, but you are sweating a lot in this heat, you still need to replace your electrolytes to keep your body in balance. Working for your health, I'm Deena Centofanti.
Thank you, Deena. So, of course, you need to drink at least 8 glasses of fluid in a day, more if you're sweating, and make sure you're avoiding that caffeine and alcohol in this kind of heat. But hopefully, it's going to end soon. Reporting live from the Franklin Athletic Club in Southfield, Lila Lazarus, Fox 2 News.
A local couple behind bars tonight accused of
no more. I need some help.
And you won't believe what this mother feeds.
Until this morning. Robert Mitchell takes pride in his property. He does his best to maintain it, but there's little he can do about the piles of garbage just beyond his fence.
We're trying to make a nice neighborhood around here, you know. People are just throwing this trash all over the place. So.
Filth, nasty.
Old tires, broken furniture, electronics, heaps of trash line Fitzgerald near 96 and Evergreen. Neighbors have been putting up with the ugly sight for months. But then this morning came a view they just can't get enough of.
These guys was back here a few days ago dumping shingles when I was out walking the dog, and so happened today they finally got caught.
A reserve police officer caught the pair trying to dump their truckload of trash. He boxed them in until investigators arrived.
I'm glad to find that somebody's catching on, you know, getting caught from time to time. Unfortunately, there are not enough of them getting caught.
Ironically, there is a free city dump less than a mile from here. Now, each of these men is facing at least a $500 fine. On Detroit's west side, Rachel Bianco, Local 4.
Thank you, Rachel. 2 camp counselors will be in court today accused of inappropriately touching young campers. The incident reportedly happened July 26 at Camp Wagner in Cass County. That's about 150 miles west of Detroit. Police say the 2 teenage camp counselors simulated sexual acts on young campers. Right now, both teens are charged with second-degree criminal sexual conduct. If you have a flight out of Detroit at Metro Airport, hold on to your ticket. That's what travel experts are telling Northwest ticket holders concerned about a possible flight attendant strike. The carrier's flight attendants have started a countdown toward a possible strike beginning August 15th. Flight attendants are angry because Northwest recently imposed a new cost-cutting contract that slashes their salary by up to 40%. The airline heads to court next week to fight the flight attendants. The big 3 look very different today. Toyota surpassed Ford in monthly sales for the first time in July by more than 1,800 vehicles. Honda passed the Chrysler Group by about 1,400 vehicles. Foreign automakers now, as a whole, claim 48% of the U.S. market. With that in mind, Ford is expected to announce it's hiring a new strategic advisor today. Kenneth Leet will lead a team that will assess Ford's assets and brands, including the struggling Jaguar brand. They'll also advise Bill Ford Jr. on the possibility of selling off some assets and possibly forming alliances with other companies.